Hey, what's going on, Z Nation, and welcome to the Lakers post game show on ZSPN on YouTube. I'm your host Zaid here, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Chicago Bulls tonight. Guys, let's just not beat this around the bush. We just say this right now. Um, the Lakers did not step up. They didn't step up whatsoever. I mean, they were blown out from the beginning. I mean, it really looked bad for the Los Angeles Lakers going into the game. And, when it came down to it, the starters, even though they didn't really step up when it came down to beating the Bulls tonight, the bench was the most disappointing, in my opinion, when it came to them not stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It was just so disappointing to see this Lakers team perform the way that they performed, and it really looked like that. This is not the Lakers that we all know and love, and it's just getting very ridiculous when it comes to this Lakers team. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with this Lakers team. I mean, it's just very sad to see the results of tonight's game. I mean, even though the Chicago Bulls, in their own right, they are playing very well. I mean, you know, they're like almost number two or number one seed in the Eastern Conference. I mean, when did you hear the last time the Chicago Bulls were relevant? Probably since, I don't know, Derrick Rose. I mean, uh, they just starting to, make a name for themselves now from the beginning of the regular season so far. So it's just very interesting that the Chicago Bulls are succeeding. But when it comes to the Lakers, it's just they are plummeting when it comes all said and done. I mean, it's just so disappointing to see this Lakers team the way that they are. And, things really need to change. I mean, even though we have THT returning, still needs time to really, you know, understand the scope of the team and how they are playing. So it's just going to take a while for the Los Angeles Lakers to really start to get things together. And it's just from I'm just looking at the stats now, and it's just very ridiculous how the shooting tonight was just atrocious. I mean, it was. I mean, when it looks when you look at the only player that really shot very well out there tonight was THT. This is his second game return, after being out from injury, and he averaged. Out of all the Lakers tonight, he really stepped up out there. I have to say, if I had to give an MVP in this type of results of the game, I'll give it to THT. I mean, 28 points, went 4 of 9 from the three, and had 6 rebounds and 1 steal. I mean, not bad. Not bad for a returning from injury of, of THT. It was just a great performance on his part. But across the board, the Lakers tonight, you know, it looked like that they were tired and they didn't want to play tonight. I mean, you can give them some of the Lakers some excuse when it comes to them playing back-to-back games, but this is the nature of the NBA. I mean, you're supposed to play, consistently and accurately, and this is the whole part of what you sign up for when it comes to either playing back-to-back games or just having the talent in the world to win games. And you know, they did play against the Chicago Bulls, but I really thought the Lakers would honestly, play very well against them. But for some reason, they didn't step up whatsoever. And as I mentioned, when it comes to the bench, it was very disappointing to see this bench unit not step up whatsoever. I mean, shooting wise and just defensively, I mean, they were not there whatsoever. And we can give some hate towards the starters, but I was very disappointed when it comes to the bench. I mean, no effort whatsoever across the board. Yeah, none of them really. I'm just looking at their stats right now. It's very bad when it comes to how they were performing. And THD, he was the only guy that really stepped up out there tonight. I mean, he was just the guy that just really wanted to play very well out there tonight. So, and this is his second game returning. I'm just repeating myself again, but he performed very well. 28 points, 6 rebounds, and went 4 of 9 from the three. So great job out there when it comes to THT and his performance in this Lakers blowout. So loss. So, but when it comes to Russell Westbrook, I mean, okay, he had 25 points and 6 rebounds, 8 assists, but he wasn't like this in the first half. So in the second half, that's where he really started to get things going. But it just wasn't enough. And he had 4 turnovers, but I don't think it was such a big issue there. But the main focal point of the team when it comes to the guy that stepped up for us in the last game against the San Antonio Spurs. He Anthony Davis did not show up in the first half. I mean, he really did, especially when it comes to playing his hometown in Chicago. So it was very disappointing to see Anthony Davis not stepping up to the fullest extent of his capabilities, and I was just so disappointed of how he was performing when it comes to the first half. But the second half, he tried to get things going, but then he got ejected, and I think it was a stupid ejection. I mean, Anthony Davis was just tying his shoe. I mean, his shoe fell off, and he needed to tie his shoe, and the ref just wanted to get the game going, and he was impatient and just having Anthony Davis, just being rushed to just play the game. It was just unacceptable. And I know that the refs have been on the Lakers for quite some time now, and there's some criticisms about the refs not giving the Lakers some calls that should have gone to them when it comes to you know certain moments, certain games. But this time around, I have to say the refs were out of line when it comes to ejecting Anthony Davis in this certain manner, and it's just it was just not right, not right. I mean, he was just tying his shoe, and he was pissed, so he was like, "Come on, let me tie my shoe," and he cursed at the ref. But it's just out of frustration. He was mad. I mean, come on, I was tying my shoe. Why are you not letting me take my time and tying my shoe? I'll be ready to go. It's not like I was taking my time and doing it on purpose. But for some reason, the the ref took offense of that and just decided to eject Anthony Davis, and it was just so ridiculous. And I just I think I wouldn't say that if Anthony Davis was still in the game that it would have changed hands or something like that. But it was just out of line of the refs for just ejecting him because of just tying his shoe. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I think I speak for most Laker fans when it comes to you know their their anger towards the refs when it comes to ejecting Anthony Davis. They were out of line when it came to that. But guys, if you're just tuning in, please make sure to comment in this live stream. I really want to know your thoughts about the Lakers game, and just anything when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, once they come in, I'll read them once they come in, and I'll answer them right away if you want. So just please make sure to comment there and just give me your thoughts about the game. So so just continuing when it comes to the rest of the Lakers, I mean, Carmelo Anthony, he had 9 points. Guys, his effort out there was just unacceptable in my opinion. I mean, it is Carmelo Anthony. I mean, there's some times where he is really needed when it comes to playing off the bench. But when it comes all said and done, I mean, he's really needed when it comes to being at the starting lineup. I mean, there's just not a lot of hope when it comes to Kent Bazemore. And as of late, he hasn't been really stepping up when it comes to starting. And as you can see from his performance out there tonight, he had 2 points and had 5 fouls. So I'm not sure what's going on with Kent Bazemore, but it really seems to be, in my opinion, down the line, if the Lakers see somebody that's available in the buyout market, or just who's available in free agency, um, the Lakers should decide to potentially buy out or release uh, Kent Bazemore if he continues this type of run that he's at. But I'm just speaking from my own personal opinion as what I'm seeing from Kent Bazemore as of late. Sure, key moments defensively, he's there to step up for the Lakers, but you need to do more than just being a defensive player. And he just at times, because we signed him because he was a shooter as well. So he shot like 39 to 40%, throughout his career so far. I believe as with the forgetting what team that he was on, that he was shooting pretty well. I believe it was the Warriors. So there was times where you know Ken Bazemore was needed, but as of late, he has been really stepping up to the plate as a Los Angeles Laker, and I'm really hoping that if somehow down the line that he will step up and help out the Lakers. But as of late, he's been very disappointing when it comes to his playing out there tonight. So hopefully we can see some changes down the line. Frank Vogel mentions that he's the big focal point of the team, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything from Ken Bazemore. So that's why Carmelo Anthony has been replaced. He replaced Ken Bazemore in the starting lineup. And, it's been working, but, as of this game, not a great night for Carmelo Anthony. And, especially when it came to shooting. So, and all across the board, I mean, the Lakers tonight have not been playing very well when it comes to shooting as of late. And as I mentioned, when it came to THT, he was the only guy that really stepped up out there and gave a great performance and went 4 of 9 from the three. So a great effort in his second return, second day of his return from injury. So great job out there for his on his end. But Carmelo Anthony, 9 points. I mean, maybe things will change moving forward, but until LeBron James returns, as it stands now, we need Carmelo Anthony to be at the starting lineups, and that's the whole basis of why we need him at the starter position instead of Kent Bazemore. And I know I went on a tangent there, but I just had to put that out there because I'm very disappointed in Kent Bazemore. And as I mentioned, maybe things will change. If somebody is available in the buyout market that the Lakers see that will be a big help or a big need, they could potentially release Kent Bazemore, but it's a long shot. But Frank Vogel was raving about his big having Kent Bazemore as the focal point of the team is so important. And I'm not sure what Frank Vogel's seeing, but what I'm seeing, it's not been great as a Los Angeles Laker for the regular season for Kent Bazemore. So I don't know, maybe things will change moving forward. So hopefully maybe. So Avery Bradley, I mean, not a lot of effort on his part, but across the board, the Lakers were not really stepping up out there tonight, and especially from the bench. And it was so disappointing to see this bench team not playing to the best of their ability. I mean, it was just so disappointing. And you know, uh, I hate to go this route, but we really need LeBron James to return. I mean, the team is not the same without LeBron James. And for the past couple of reports I've been reading about, I mean, LeBron James is potentially going to return in the day-to-day type of scenario. So, he could potentially come back this week, but still remains to be seen about his return to the Los Angeles Lakers. It still remains to be seen about that. And Austin Reeves, he's still out, so hopefully he will come back pretty soon. And then still remains to be seen about Kendrick Nunn. I mean, his injury has been so serious as of late that it's still there's no uh, you know there's still no reports about him potentially returning to the Lakers. It's just so unknown at the moment, and hopefully he comes back to us soon. But it's been like almost 2 months now, a month and a half, when it comes to Ken Bazemore not returning to the Lakers. Excuse me, not Ken Bazemore. Kendrick Nunn. So hopefully he comes back to us pretty soon. But it's taking a while for uh, you know uh, Kendrick Nunn to return to the Lakers. So I don't know. Maybe he is the missing piece for the Lakers to win games, but still remains to be seen about that. But um, the main guy that needs to return to the Lakers is LeBron James. I mean, that's basically the weakness of this Lakers team, and that's the sad part. You have two superstars on your team that can and have the capability of winning you games, but for obvious reasons, they're not stepping up. And it basically seems like they need LeBron James to win games for you. And, I just hate that. I hate that notion that you need to have LeBron James to win you games. I mean, like I said, you have Russell Westbrook, you have Anthony Davis, especially, who has a lot of expectations going into the regular season to really step up for you. And it's just not it's totally unacceptable to see this Lakers team, struggle this way, and then you have LeBron James to come in to clean up the dirty work and just win you games. And I guess that's just a sad part of the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to them relying on LeBron James to win you games. But I hope he comes back to us pretty soon, because it's not really looking good for the Lakers as of late. I mean, the priorities in mind is that the Lakers' number one goal is to win a championship, and it doesn't look that way. It's not look like the Lakers are going to win a championship um, this season if they keep this effort uh, like this. So, guys, it's just going to be a very up and down type of season for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, things may change and start to maybe pick up once January or February hits, or maybe after the All Star break. But as it stands now, it's not looking good when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, and hopefully things will change moving forward. But you know, things need to be changed, and it needs to be changed fast. And if that means you need to have LeBron and the rest of the crews to return to, I don't know, potentially change things for the better, or if Rob Pelinka, as I said, look at the buyout market once February hits and see who's available and potentially sign that particular player that will help the Lakers for a potential playoff run or championship run. I mean, still remains to be seen about that. And hopefully the Lakers change things around moving forward and for the better. So, guys, if you're still in this live stream, I mean, don't be hesitant. I mean, please comment down below or comment in this live stream and give me your thoughts about the Lakers game tonight. I mean, I just really want to know your thoughts about the Lakers and um, their circumstances, and what should change. I mean, what should potentially the Lakers should do to be a better team moving forward. I mean, there's a lot of interest when it comes to the Lakers and their predicament when it comes to how to change things around and hopefully for the better. But still remains to be seen about that. So um, you know, it's, I I hate to go this route. Maybe the Lakers need to be more you know effective when it comes to winning games, but it's just at the moment, guys, it's not looking good, and I guess we just need to wait for LeBron James to return when it comes all said and done, and it's just going to be that reality when it comes to the Lakers and their potential, you know, a record and potentially winning games moving forward. And I'm probably going on a loop because I basically have said what I have to say, but just as it stands now, nobody's coming in, and it's all good. I mean, maybe you guys will comment after this live stream. So, I'm probably just going to end this video. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I mean, hopefully the Lakers will bounce back from this. And, when it comes all said and done, guys, I mean, it's just, the reality. I mean, the Lakers are not looking good and they just need something to change. Maybe, as I said, have LeBron James return, have, Kendrick Nunn return pretty soon, and Austin Reeves, and maybe the Lakers will have a full roster that's healthy, and there we will see how the Lakers will perform when it comes to winning games moving forward, and that's the only option at the moment because if the Lakers want to make any sort of trades or sign somebody in the in the buyout market, it's going to take a while, and the Lakers are potentially going to have an up and down type of season when it comes to how they're feeling when it comes to stepping up, and it's just not looking good for the Lakers, and hopefully they turn this around moving forward, and hopefully the rest of the Lakers realize this and start to step up moving forward into the regular season. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, and please like all of my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, guys, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload on this channel. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. And guys, if you have any thoughts and opinions, please comment down below. Give me your thoughts about the Lakers and their circumstances. What do you think the Lakers should do to improve? Do you think they should, I don't know, change up the lineup, be better at rotations, or just wait on LeBron or Austin Reeves or Kendrick Nunn to return so the Lakers can be a better team? Or maybe they should wait until the buyout market to see who's available so they can potentially trade somebody for the better. But still remains to be seen about that. It still remains to be seen. So hopefully the Lakers will turn things around for the better so they can have a successful season moving forward. So so guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, like all of my social media sites, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.